so much long-term to look forward to with this move. But in the immediate term, Inter Miami needs some help on the field. Yep. They need to start turning things around. Sitting at the bottom of the Eastern Conference, of course, the expanded playoff format makes it seem a little bit more likely that teams that have struggled to start the season could sneak their way in. Let's take a look at the projected starting lineup, though, for this Miami team with the introduction of Lionel Messi. Joy, what do you make?
If you could actually go through this with your play-by-play voice, that would be even better.
Yeah, can you read this off as if we're starting off a match?
This is your first opportunity with the number 10 in the middle.
I was just thinking how much I enjoyed doing this in a non-play-by-play format where I could just speak casually. Like
nope, we're making you go back to it.
No, what I will say is this. There's two key pieces missing from that projected 11, and that's because both of them are injured, and they are two of the most important players. They are the midfield engine to this Inter Miami team, is Jean Mota and especially Gregory. Yep. Gregory is the captain and the glue. Gregory was speaking English within 3 months of arriving in Miami. Was friends with, when he arrived, there was a tricky locker room. There were factions within the club. Gregory was one of those people that bridged all of that. He'll be an absolutely influential piece because of his running, because of his football, but also because of his personality of getting Messi and everybody else acclimated. He's the guy who brought everyone together. Jean Mota is kind of that link between Gregory, a defensive midfielder, and Messi, who's going to be more of a playmaker. There's young legs on this team. There's people that will run for Messi. We saw it with the World Cup that it works for Argentina. If you get people who will run and defend and whatnot, that Messi can pick out the right passes to find José Martinez, Campana. I doubt whether they would play with 2 strikers in this setup because Messi would be one of those sort of hybrid forwards. So maybe a situation where it's either Campana or José Martinez. Important to keep in mind, they have a designated player spot available. Pizarro, who's holding on to a designated spot, is out of contract at the end of this season. That gives him another option to bring in another player on big money to complement Messi. But this is a team that is not one Leo Messi away from becoming the MLS Cup winners, but they are one Leo Messi away from becoming the center of the U.S. soccer universe. And that's the reason this move is happening.
Yeah, listen, it's still a fabulous club, right? And Major League Soccer gives you opportunity to obviously have success, even if you start poorly in your campaign domestically. You still have that opportunity, if you find the right pieces of the puzzle, to have success. I think we've all been around Major League Soccer and North American soccer in general to know that a few wins get you back in it pretty much.
Yeah, it's not always a one seed to lift the trophy at the end of the day.
No, with Messi joining on board now, it's certainly one step in the right direction.
This year being the last year of that allocation money penalty, plus them freeing up a designated player spot, means that it's brilliant now. Just get into the playoffs and see what you can do. Yeah. But this team is going to be a real threat, real danger next season.
You know, Ray touched upon the fact that the attendances, and you'd also mentioned it, were actually dropping a little bit because the team had been suffering. Your personal story is incredible, and anybody out there who doesn't know Dre's personal story, go out there, because I know you keep your personal life personal, and it's important, obviously, for me to recognise, you know, what you have done in your life and what you have achieved is really remarkable. But you're also now deeply rooted in that region with people around you who love and live this game. Yeah. What does it mean for the people of around the Miami, Fort Lauderdale area that you have been kicking a ball with for so many years now? Lionel Messi will be in their town playing soccer. I asked the same question to Ray.
We are a town of immigrants. We are a soccer-mad town. All of South Florida. It's not just Miami. It's not just Fort Lauderdale. People come from Broward. They come from all parts to see this team. If they know that they're going to get a show, and Messi brings the show into town. One thing that I think will make him feel right at home is that the supporter section, what they call La Familia, the cheap seats, my favorite place to watch the game at the stadium, is comprised of the 3 different fan groups that follow Inter Miami. And it has a distinctly Argentine flavor and sound to it. You know what I mean? Like you come to different parts of MLS and you get to see that cultural influence. Yeah. It is very Argentine sounding and feeling. And if you've seen, forget Inter Miami, if you've seen the games in Argentina, they're not sporting events. They are a religious experience. There is a fanaticism with an exclamation mark at the end of that word that I think he will help accelerate and accentuate in a way that nobody else on the planet could.
Love that.
It's going to be incredible to see. There's so many great atmospheres and destinations in Major League Soccer. Inter Miami with new stadium, this move with Messi, going to be incredible. Interested to see, though, is he able to help get them into the playoffs?
I'll host you guys anytime. Just come on down.